king has been given the dream. He is the chosen one.
No! He left our temple. Turned his back on us. Why have you come back?
I want to represent the Order of Light at the tournament.
For what reason?
The man who killed my brother will be there.
That cannot be your only reason for going, or you will fail.
Oh, yes. I forgot. We're fighting for the fate of the world.
The main man of the meanwhile on Funkatron running record to yours, but all the stories and the good stuff to say galore. Here on the floor at the showroom of the meanwhile on Funkatron podcast, excuse me.
Mulligan.
Welcome to the city. I know it's a mulligan, it's alright. Back for the new year with the new gear and no fear, cause we're going for the top tier. Here with you, with more fucking flavor for you to withstand as a main man, Rick Chan aka spi-d aka spi-d Thriller, along with the host, with the most, who we got in the building from the flow all the way to the south.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Deezy.
Wheelin' dealin'.
That'll be this rock, aka
Oh.
Shaq Deez.
Uh-oh.
What's man? Aka Rayi Deezamaki. Aka Man Infinity Gauntlet. You should have gone for the head. Aka the Lithium Ion Dialogue. Who else we got in the building?
We got Dr. Funk in the building, aka Mike Baller, and that is gonna be the only aka y'all gonna get out of me. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this thing started.
Showtime! Woo!
Who we got on the docket?
Mortal Kombat.
Morty Candy.
Get over here! What else we got?
Dragon Ball Super.
Dragon Ball Super.
Broly.
The Broly movie. Oh, okay. What else we got going on?
We'll talk about the national championship dinner going on in DC.
Oh man, I had that same thing like 2 days ago.
I heard it, yes.
4 for 4. 2 for 6.
And finally, we're going to bring up the Soulja Boy gaming.
Soulja Boy selling.
Tell them how they Soulja Boy.
Yeah, Soulja Boy selling, indeed.
So let's go into Mortal Kombat 11.
Mortal Kombat 11.
Alright, so everyone know what Mortal Kombat is and what it represents. No need to go into the past. We know that shit, right? Everyone played Mortal Kombat. We know it was the first game to start the rating system, blah, blah, blah. But let's fast forward to the year 2019. I'm going to go back just a little bit to 2018. Man, Ed Boon is such a troll.
Yeah.
And they knew they was making this game for months, and it was funny because E3 passed and people were like hot at this guy for not announcement. And we knew they were working on it. And I believe like a month later he showed them like, yeah, we working on a new game. We'll announce it when we're ready. So fast forward to December, the Video Game Awards, and they called Ed Boon out to do an award, and I already knew something was fishy when they announced. I was like, oh, he about to announce a new game.
Right.
So it was like for like a best sports game or something, and then instead it was a short trailer with Mortal Kombat 11. Awesome. In that trailer, they showed Scorpion and Dark Raiden fighting, and the music in the background was a track from an artist named 21 Savage. we saw some cool, crazy, violent shit. It was awesome. Raiden ended up killing Scorpion, and then another Scorpion came out. It was like an older Scorpion, to be more specific, like the Mortal Kombat 3 Scorpion.
Right.
Like came out of nowhere and just did the finishing move on Raiden, and then it panned out to show a lady, bald head lady, rubbing on a time class. So everyone was excited about it. Like everyone was like, "Cool, I can't wait," because they was like, "We're gonna do an exclusive reveal." And I think it was just past Thursday, because I was distracted from work like a mug trying to watch it.
Yeah.
On the 17th.
Right.
So people were excited, but all people were talking about was the music choice. The music track that was in the background. It's just like, why?
Oh my God, am I doing something illegal?
It was different, and I think people were just not used to hearing those two worlds mix. When you talk about hip hop and video games, which honestly, the same people that play video games listen to fucking hip hop all the time. So like, it really shouldn't be that much of a stretch to hear that in video games. It's not just sports games.
Yeah, you already know what I'm gonna say about it. I'm not gonna be nice. I'm not gonna be diplomatic.
Oh shit!
It's a bunch of fucking
Rick
racist.
Chantel.
Just to be honest, man, these alt-right, sympathizing, fucking. I don't even want to get all into it, but y'all know what I'm talking about.
He kicking in the
They
door
just
of
want to have a
2019.
reason to complain about some shit that's invading their fucking fragile ass world. Like, goddamn it, like it's not enough that you are the star of everything that's out. You the big bad, great, good guy and shit. Even though we know in real life that's not true. You know what I'm saying? You got all American, blonde hair, blue eyes, hamburger, apple pie eating ass motherfuckers.
Don't complain
You know
about
what I'm
awesome,
saying?
bro.
I did say that the apple pies and hamburgers, man.
You know what I mean? So y'all want to complain just because it's a rap song or whatever? You know,
Secret.
if you want to be real, it's more white people who buy that music than anybody else. And you can look that shit up. You know what I'm saying? So don't be trying to have this fake outrage about the shit. You know you like it. And besides, the same people who play video games, especially fighting games, do listen to hip hop. Because I was talking about this on this guy named Anime Fries, young cat on Instagram. Check him out at Anime Fries. He does a lot of cool like anime memes. And I was just talking about how things go in cycles. Like, yeah, back in the day it was kung fu flicks in the 70s and shit. And now it's like that coincided with, you know, hip hop and all that stuff like that. And now it's the anime and it's the video games. So those worlds do intersect. Like, I can tell you honestly that the Coney Island down the street from my grandfather's house had Mortal Kombat 3. And Cass was in there playing that game very seriously. So just because in your little small, sheltered, biodome-ass world that you don't see stuff like that, don't give you the right to comment on some shit and insult people. Yeah, that's not okay. That's all I'm gonna say, you know what I'm saying? Like, let it be what it is, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, every time I go to fucking Mega Red concerts at like MagFest and shit, I see buku white people. Why is it a problem now?
So from what I understand too, from what I don't remember this trailer, but apparently I don't remember the music from the trailer. Just to let you know how insignificant it is. From what I understand, when they showed Mortal Kombat X for the first time, they had a Wiz Khalifa track, and people were kind of complaining about that, but they didn't. I mean, Wiz Khalifa didn't have anything. You didn't hear that track again.
Right.
And like I said, I was like, dang. When someone brought it up, I was like, dang, he had a song on there. And I went back and said, like, oh yeah, he did.
Right.
So it's like that's the first thing. It's just like you got this brand new game that folks been begging for, and you just gonna nitpick on the music, like really?
Right. Like,
really?
motherfuckers just can't be happy about nothing. That shit looked dope. It was crazy. It's just like, did you even stop to think, oh, it's another Mortal Kombat game? Oh, this shit looks like they're raising the bar from X, which you probably didn't even think they could do in the first place. The first thing you thought, oh, I hear, I can't say it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I hear colors on the track. Everything that happened, all the work that Ed Boon and these cats put in, forget that.
Rick Panther chant.
As soon as they heard colors, they just forgot everything else. They got my eyesight for a second. Like me when I lose my glasses in the morning, I can't find them.
So, aside from that outrage, everyone was anticipating the reveal.
Oh yeah.
And what was so dope about leading up to the reveal, they were sending out like these black invitations to certain people and stuff, and the invitations looked dope. It was just pretty much you invited to the reveal.
Get over
and
here!
The reveal, it was like one in Los Angeles and it was one in London, and they were happening at the same time. So this reveal event was happening in 2 different countries at the same time. So, leading up to the reveal, I'm just gonna pick on one specific group of YouTubers because I saw a little bit more. The Yo Video Games crew got invited, and it was cool because one of the guys, Kenny, he was live streaming, waiting on them to, get to the venue, and they had to park in the parking lot, and they had to get on like a Gray Line bus, but it was like a Mortal Kombat 11 on it, nice looking book bus. And they were like so excited that when they got there, they started seeing people. Like they saw old buddy from Best Friends there. What's his name? Wooly.
Willie, yeah.
Willie. And like MK players were there. And of course the NetherRealm Pro, Sonic Fox, was there, as well as others.
Rest in peace to Mr. Prince, by the way.
Yeah. So it was cosplayers there as well. So it was cool. The first thing they did is like they didn't wait. It was no build. It was just like, man, we about to show some gameplay. So they showed gameplay, and then we already knew about Scorpion and Raiden, but they showed Baraka Scarlet from MK9, who's a DLC character who looked terrible in MK9 by design wise. She looks much cooler now. And they showed Sub-Zero, a new guy named Garrus.
Yeah. Yes.
And they show a little bit of the story. And they show Soulja.
Yes.
They also revealed that Ronda Rousey did like the voice and little capturing for Soulja. Which I have my feelings about that. Yeah. They also hinted at some other characters doing various things, like when this the guy the combat cast was on, because like they do a little combat cast talking about new characters when they were being released. You saw Cabal flew through the screen real quick, and they was like, yeah, he is who you thought he was. We're gonna talk about him later.
He is who I didn't really see that part.
Yeah, and then they had they interviewed a few people on the floor, showcased some of the cosplayers. One of the bigger cosplayers was that wrestler Xavier Woods. He's like one of the bigger gamer people out there in the wrestling world. Him and what's the other dude? Kenny Omega. I don't think they showed him though, or he was even there. But I know Xavier Woods is really big into it.
That's Mega Ram would say, dude, they rocks.
Yeah. So yeah, and then they had a pro player exhibition with Gurr and Scar and Sonic Fox, and dang, I forgot to do Sonic Fox play. I feel bad because he just played that dude in Injustice and donated half his winnings to his father's cancer treatment.
Oh, that's real shit.
Now we'll figure out before we end. And it was like 2 more people. Oh, Honeybee and another guy. I'm just terrible with these names, but it was a nice event, well put together, and you can tell Ed Boon was so excited. It was just like it was so hard to not reveal all this stuff. And kudos, nothing was really revealed about this game until nothing was leaked. And about the game, also I meant to say this too. The new bad guy. Well, you pre-order the game, you get one of the older bad guys, Shao Kahn. But the new bad guy, or in this case, bad woman, You think her name is Chronica? Well, guess what her name is? Chronica. I'm just gonna lead it out there for y'all. So,
they know who their audience is. Anyway,
how did you guys? Okay, so from what you guys seen in Mortal Kombat 11, how do you feel about the game? And then I'll talk about some of the gripes and worries people have. Who wanna go first? Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking.
I'm saying, what were your thoughts about the? Yeah, I know, right? Chronica. I was like, Chronica. Okay.
Oh, yeah, thoughts about the game. I must have missed part of this stream. I mean, I was at work watching it, but I was also busy. My first reaction was that, damn, this looks good. Like, it almost looks like a next-gen game. Like, we used to, a certain level of detail with our fighting games, but this might be, like, the best-looking one I've seen.
His box sound like a
like
6-7.
shut all that praise and shut up.
Alright, keep going, bro.
Yeah. So that was my thing. I was just amazed at how good it looked. I never really played through X, even though it was really dope. I watched people play through it, thought it was dope. So I'm just happy that they got a new one and that it's not breaking. I mean, they did remove some of the stuff from the 10 system. But I think Ed Boon said, what did he say? That he wanted this to be more of a close combat style. That it wouldn't reflect the Injustice style as much as the last NetherRealm games did. So
They took a couple gameplay things. I'll talk about them though after you guys finish your opinion.
Just as far as the style and the look of it, I'm just excited to see it. The fact that Barack is in it means that I'm buying it off rip. Right. So he's always been one of my favorite characters. I mean, that's pretty much it for me. It looks dope, it looks crazy. Of course, they gotta make the fatalities and stylish and all that stuff. But I'm just happy that they're doing something exciting, other, outside of the fighting game market right now is really saturated, but they still managed to make something that looks dope and that's exciting to people. So I'm all for that shit. What you think, Rich Chan?
I think we all think. I'm just waiting. Yeah, it looks dope, man. Don't know what else to say about that besides it looked mad dope, and I really was feeling it. I didn't think they could even do anything that I thought could be different or better than MKX, and actually it was like I'm really excited about it. Normally I don't give a shit. I was like, what's the new game coming out, whatever. Like I'll play it and then I'll be excited about it later. But this shit is actually like brought back some excitement, man. It looks more like Mortal Kombat than X did to me for some reason. It seems like with the levels they tried a little bit harder, I guess. They seem a little bit more Mortal Kombat-esque, like they're really trying to get into it, you know what I mean? And the return of Baraka and stuff like that, seeing Raiden's new costume, the new combo with Scorpion and Sub-Zero, like the new possibilities is crazy dope, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited to see who else is in the game, what else gonna do with it. The only thing that I'm worried about is that damn soundtrack. Like, please, man, get the Toasty guy back. The Toasty guy was already working on it. Let him do his thing. You know what I'm saying?
Dan Forden.
Yeah, please. Because that last game, I don't know, man. That shit was just, it was too boring, man. I was like, I don't know, am I watching? I can't describe it. I think Marvel Nemesis had a better soundtrack. Marvel Nemesis did not have a good soundtrack. But anyway, looks dope. Very brutal. If you thought the shit back in 93, was violent as hell, you gotta get a load of this. I'm like, man, you got the side of people's face coming off. I don't know what the fixation is
like
people on the
Spam.
eye, but that shit has hit me too close to home because I'm like, I'm blind as hell. So I'm like, yo, man, anything with the eyes, I'm like, ooh, wee. you know, Soulja running people on the fucking Gatling gun bullets that rip people apart on Rambo.
Yeah.
I'm like, how does she know the radius of the diameter? Whatever the fuck not to get hit by that shit running through it?
Right. That should go through both of them.
Right. You know the theory, but hey, that's the type of over the top shit you expect from Mortal Kombat. So I really have no complaints.
All right, so they changed up quite a few things. Going back to Street Fighter 3, Second Impact, I believe that's the first fight game I remember where you can enhance your super moves at the cost of your super move bar. Mortal Kombat eventually got that system, and it used to be 3 levels. So the first level, you can enhance one of your moves. The second level, you get to perform what we call a breaker. Like if someone's doing a combo or whatever, you can just break out of it. And then the third one, starting in Mortal Kombat 9, if you have a full bar, you can at least, it's basically a super move, but it's like an X-ray attack where your character do a deliberate attack on a deliberate body part, and you see bones crack, brains spread and stuff, but it doesn't kill them. It's not like a fatality. It's like a super move. So in Mortal Kombat 9, there wasn't any running. It was dashing, and you can dash block and stuff. In MKX, they kind of took that dash block away because they added a stamina meter and a run, kind of similar to original Mortal Kombat 3 and Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. A lot of people didn't care for the run stamina mechanic. However, one cool thing I thought they did in Mortal Kombat X was they gave each character 3 variations. So really, each character had, instead of picking one character, you really had a choice between 3 options. So it's like 3 characters in one.
I always thought that was crazy because you have to think about balancing one character 3 different ways.
That's true. And I believe they did that to make each character feel unique also. You don't want to load characters down like a bunch of special moves.
Right.
So basically, in MK11, they switched up a few things. Like, one thing, they don't have the X-ray attack. They have what they call a fatal blow. You can only use it once per match. Basically, when your health gets to be about 30%, you can unleash this fatal blow by hitting the front 2 top buttons on your controller, L1, R1 on PlayStation, LR for Switch and Xbox. So that was pretty cool, and it's pretty much like an extended crazy X-ray move. The bar has changed. You have 2 meters. You have an offensive meter, defensive meter. Offensive meter lets you do stuff like meter barring moves. Defensive meter lets you get up safely with get up moves and stuff. And also like a wake up move.
Oh, okay.
And they also have basically like a just defend. You remember those from the SNK games where you block at the right moment. It gives you a advantage, just like frame advantage, and faster recovery. That you can't break anymore, and also you don't charge meter by doing moves. It's more of a cooldown system. So people complain about that. People complain about the zoning. And it's just like people were already complaining. It's just like, bro, this game still haven't finished. They're still gonna be tweaking some stuff.
Got the ladies dancing on the screen.
Right. So, my opinion, it looks dope. Honestly, I just want to see how that joint looks on the Switch. That's what I need to see. That shit looks good enough on the Switch. No bullshit, no double dipping. PS4, yeah, on the go. PS4, Nintendo Switch for me, bro. I ain't playing that shit on the fucking go. So, shout out to Ed Boon and all them.
I just think it's amazing how quiet they've been about it this long.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's unheard of in this era. Usually it's trailers bombarding you every month, updates bombarding you every month. I appreciate what he did, because that was almost like on some old school type stuff. Month was the word until it was time to release it. You know what I'm saying? So I found that really dope.
Well, you know who else good with that? Namco with Tekken. Like, I felt like Akuma in Tekken 7
Yeah.
is one of the world's best kept secrets. Like,
Yeah.
I could not believe they could not leak something that huge. And meanwhile, in Street Fighter 5, they leak every freaking thing.
Tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna say this about Mortal Kombat, and then we can move on, unless you guys got something else to say. Like, people don't realize, like, Mortal Kombat is like Street Fighter, man. That's like one of the grandmasters of fighting games.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat definitely went through that weird phase with the 3D games, where, you know, they was trying something different, and then they was coming back when they were bought out by Warner Brothers. And when they came out, the Mortal Kombat versus DC is like, some of the mechanics in there, when you first saw it, was like, dang, you can run through walls and fight through walls and stuff. And when you look at it now, it's just like, man, that game's terrible. But when Mortal Kombat 9 came out, which was on the heels of the resurgence of the Street Fighter series from Street Fighter 4, it was just like, man, this is Mortal Kombat I know and love.
We back to second coming. It did feel like they made a conscious effort to get back to what Mortal Kombat is supposed to be. I also think that as far as Mortal Kombat goes, like we're used to Japan being the catalyst for fighting games and a lot of types of games in general.
Yeah.
But Mortal Kombat is more of an American.
It is American, created in America, man.
So I think that
Chicago.
you know, certain people like certain genres or certain series, but I think Mortal Kombat speaks to levels of our barbarity sometimes. But I think at this point, it's as American as that.
Yeah. And you gotta think of this too, though. With Mortal Kombat, that Street Fighter didn't do, it gave you a story, so you could say that the gameplay wasn't that great or whatever, X, Y, Z. But despite that, you know, you were young enough to the point where that wasn't really a factor for you. You enjoyed it, so don't act like you didn't. But more on top of that, it had a story, and those characters were interesting enough by themselves that, you know, it was able to spawn like movies and TV shows and comic books that kept people interested in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had some good marketing at the time, you know. And I mean, that lizard, man, every time you see that damn combat lizard, you already know what time it is. You like, you ain't care who made it, who put it on, anything with that combat lizard, you was looking at it. We were just looking at that cartoon and shit. Mortal Kombat stupidity, you know, the switcher, you know, he did that back in the day. I think that was like Madden Muscles back in the day, he did that shit. Hilarious stuff, but it's just like, man, we watched it. It was terrible, but we watched it, you know? Because Mortal Kombat it had that. There was so much you could do with it. And, you know, a fighting game hadn't had that before. You know, Street Fighter was like, they had some vague stories, you could kind of follow it a little bit. But I would say it wasn't until Mortal Kombat came out to people really started trying to make a conscious effort to make those interactive story modes. And like DZ was saying, he's in Japan, like, yeah, Japan, man, Fatal Fury, Street Fighter, Samurai Showdown, you know, that's where all the good stuff is. But now, and you can see how the influence on games here, but now you see it shifting. Like we talked about many times in the podcast before, like the Killer Instinct, Mortal Kombat, they kind of are setting the tone for these fighting games now, everywhere. Now you see that what Tekken has to have interactive story mode where you play a piece of it of every character. Street Fighter has the same thing, you know,
or they tried at least.
Yeah, they tried, but
Tekken tried to. It wasn't nowhere near as good as.
I don't know. NetherRealm storylines are like.
Well, you know, Mortal Kombat it always had lore. So,
But even Injustice too, man. Like,
but you got the same guys writing. You got the comic book guys as well. You got like what, over 80 years of material to pull from? Maybe 90.
yeah, you have like Warner Brothers, I think, the movie studio.
Movie studio. I mean, you can't go wrong. So yeah, I feel that. It's dope. Do we have time for a quick aside?
Hurry up.
I'm sorry, I just want to play some of these clips that I've been getting. Let's see here.
Play a clip or two.
Yeah. Okay, so we talking about Mortal Kombat. I just find it very interesting that in Mortal Kombat, you know, some of these characters, the movies gave them a certain personality that you wouldn't expect them to have. Go for it.
What happened?
This is Liu Kang going back to the temple.
He followed in your
His
footsteps,
grandfather.
preparing for the tournament.
Grandfather, it wasn't enough you filled my head with that nonsense.
To save the world is not nonsense.
Men fighting in a simple contest don't decide these things, Grandfather. How can you, a wise man, believe this?
We all believe in it, including your brother.
Now this part is funny right here because you just wondering, you know, how does somebody forget something like this? Sorry, I gotta fast forward.
He left our temple, turned his back on us. Why have you come back?
I want to represent the Order of Light at the tournament.
Why?
For what reason?
The man who killed my brother will be there.
That cannot be your only reason for going, or you will fail.
Liu Kang's an asshole.
Oh, yes. I forgot. We're fighting for the fate of the world.
He was Americanized at
That's
that
something
point.
that you take lightly? Oh yeah, I forgot. The world's on the line.
Take the earth.
Right. Can y'all believe that shit?
Your soul is mine.
Asshole.
I forgot.
That's right. I forgot that person. Even when I was little, I was just like, how dumb is this guy?
I didn't even think about that. That's
The
funny.
world is at stake.
Right.
Oh shit. Earth.
That's right.
Yeah, I forgot to do something. Okay, well, we did that one, and then we'll play this last one because it's funny, because Jax, he was actually supposed to be in the first movie.
He was in the first movie.
I mean, yeah, he had a small role. They changed
And he
the
had a
actor.
different, they changed a lot of actors for the second movie.
We trusted you, man. And what happened? You take us on a wild goose chase.
This is Jax.
Understand?
That's Ray Lewis.
You were advised by the elder gods.
Uh-oh.
Gods must have lied to me.
Yo, forget your gods. And immortals. And all that junk. I say the only ones we can trust from here on out are humans. Nobody else.
Right after
even
Raiden
Right.
ditched his powers and got that terrible bop.
Yes, he
In
did.
the mom sweatpants. Bro, that choreography, who he fight? Was it like Jade or somebody?
That was Reptile he fought.
Worst choreography ever.
Except for the capoeira part, I know every move that they did.
Nobody cares.
Of course.
When Raiden shows up.
You got an incredible set of legs for kicking them.
And this is Jax trying to
Where's Katana?
holler at Jade.
She
And
was kidnapped.
Sonya's about to admonish
By
him.
sword.
You lost Katana and you picked up her?
She helped me get here. Well, thanks to you, we've got Khan's extermination squads on
He
our
said, you
back.
got this
Can I make a
all
suggestion? Let's put this petty stuff aside and start worrying about bigger things, like staying alive.
This is funny. Yes. That's Jax. Okay. And here's Raiden with his new haircut from Supercuts. Bo Derek's, I mean, Fantastic Sam haircut ass.
Never give up hope.
Bro,
At least not so early in the fight.
Raiden?
It's a new look.
Really? Why does the guy need to change his look?
Who's the girl?
He can smite
Can she
people.
fight as good as she looks? Good, because I was expecting a team of fighters. Instead, I hear fighters at war with each other.
Oh, give us a break, Raiden. We've been through hell.
He
Good, lies
sounds
ahead,
just
you've been
like
doing
his character on Black Lightning.
Where's Katana?
Khan took her.
Oh, you finna get a wolf
It's our
man?
fault.
Oh,
This is not about
brother,
blame.
okay.
We're together in this. Each of us must help and support the others, like a family.
Watch how you do the brother.
What's the deal with your arms?
I've known you 1 minute. And you dissing me already?
I mean no disrespect. You have real skills.
Yeah, that was just a
Those aren't about your strength or
clip
your
from the
weakness.
Mortal Kombat
Oh,
movies.
thanks
I
for
just
the
wanted
tip.
to rattle those off.
These things right here,
Chestnuts.
state of the art.
Yeah, so yeah,
Faith in yourself is all you need.
Mortal Kombat's good stuff, and that's just an example of
that's
like
all
how
of it.
far that it reached. It had motion pictures. One that was pretty damn hype at the time, and one that wasn't so good. That we saw any damn way in the theaters. So hopefully, you know, with the advent of this new stuff, we can get some a better movie that comes out. That'd be awesome.
Well, speaking of awesome stuff and things from our childhood, Rick Chan went to go see Dragon Ball Super Broly today. He wants to give us a quick synopsis.
A quick synopsis. Yes, I went to go see Black on Black Super. I mean, Mandingo Fighter Super. I mean, shut up, golly, what's this guy talking about? Anyway, yeah. So Dragon Ball Super Broly was a pretty dope movie, man. Way doper than I was expecting. I had a great time. And I first seen the preview at Hot Topic, actually when I was buying this jacket. So it was pretty cool. I kind of been anticipating. That's they gonna show Goku's mom. They never showed his mom, so I'm like, I gotta see this. Like, they're retconning the whole thing, and you know they didn't do a whole lot of, you know, crazy changes or anything like that. You know what I mean? They pretty much kept it, you know, simple. And it was kind of dope how quick they went through the origin story, you know, of everybody. They gave you enough to be satisfied with what they showed and still moved it along pretty quickly without it being slow. And I think that's one of the good things about anime movies is most anime movies, like based on like a series, is going to be to the point. It's going to be like, what, an hour or an hour and 40 minutes, what I think this was. But you know, an epic of this scale should have been an hour and 40 minutes long, you know what I'm saying? They actually gave it the damn pomp and circumstance something like this coming to the theater needed, you know? It wasn't like, oh, I feel like this was cheap and being in the theater. Like, no, this was a theater experience, I felt like. And not having seen Super and knowing about what the different transformations look like, I was just like, whoa, it was like 1997, watching these guys charge up and stuff, you know, downloading freaking 30-second clips of Real Player that took like 30 minutes just to see who the hell this guy named Trunks was that every freaking heard of.
Y'all remember when they loaded up and did that?
Yeah. So it was, you know, it was that same level of excitement and that same level of intensity, and it made you feel something. Like, I really liked how they gave it some feeling. It wasn't just, oh, we just guys beating the crap out of each other and charging up for an hour and 40 minutes. It's like, no, it had depth to it. And, you know, it played on those age-old tales that we all know so well. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we've talked about that many times and stuff like that. I'm going to try not to get too old for y'all, but I might. Anyway, so it was pretty good. Of course, it starts off on the planet Vegeta. King Coda's showing up. Hey, this is my son, Frieza. Y'all already in bondage, but, you know, I feel like retiring. I'm sick of dealing with you dirty apes, and now my son's gonna take care of y'all, and he's way meaner than I am. So, you know, he ends up becoming in control of the Saiyans. You know, of course, as the story goes, as captors and conquerors are wanted to do, they were like, oh snap, we heard about this legend of the Super Saiyan, this latent power within them. We're controlling them because we're actually scared of them, but we gotta kill them all off because we're afraid of them, that they might rise up. I wonder what that sounds like. So from the offset, this kind of seems like the slave trade, if you ask me. But I'm not gonna go there. But it very much mimics that. But anyway, of course, you know, it blows up the planet. There's certain Saiyans on another planet. It was cool that they showed. I don't want to get into the specifics because I don't want to spoil it. But you know, what ends up happening is they do a time jump after the planet blows up, and you know, of course, Goku gets sent there. They do a time jump, which is really cool, you know, and they play a familiar song that was really dope, and they showed it, and you get all excited, you get in your feels, and you're about to cry and stuff, like, oh my god, that's so big screen. And you see Vegeta and Goku training. Pretty much. You see Vegeta and Goku training, and you find out that Frieza's ass is somehow still alive because Goku did something, I don't know what he did.
I'll fill that in. I'll fill that part in.
And it's an interesting conversation between him and Vegeta. And basically what happens is Frieza's trying to build up his Frieza Force. He has recruits going to find people. They find out there's two powerful people. They end up being Saiyans, and you know who those people are. you know, somebody having to do with Broly and Broly. And what ends up happening is Frieza's like, yo, I can use this guy. You know. Of course, I don't want to spoil it, but it's like, yo, there's this one guy that did something that you don't like, that put you in a certain position. Yeah, his son is over here. If you come over here, you know, you can totally kick his ass and I won't say anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna sit back and eat my popcorn. Like the people in the movies. And that's basically what happened. And so that was pretty cool, you know. That's how the fight starts. Frieza takes Broly to planet Earth and him and Goku at the final. And then there's your movie. It's a dope fight. It's no holds barred. I mean, this guy's crazy. I saw a lot of parallels in this, which I thought were really cool. And in a way that Broly kind of reminded me of the Indoraptor in Jurassic Park. You know what I'm saying? Kind of a product of this environment that he had been put in based upon circumstance, where it's not really that this is this guy's fault that he's going crazy. It's because of what was done to him and where he was put in a certain position and then how he was used. Kind of remind you of like an anime Juice in a sense. You think about Bishop, who was played by Tupac and Juice. Kind of reminds you of Broly a little bit.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I saw that in it because there's this whole thing where Goku's like, hey, this guy's one of us, you know, we need to unify, you know. Like, yo, his brothers who've been killed, Saiyans who've been killed, making this parallel right now. And we shouldn't be trying to fight with this guy because he's one of us, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want to try to be with brothers in the hood sometimes who...
Damn, Goku was like that? That's usually Vegeta thing.
No, Goku was on it. Vegeta was like, yo, I'm finna just handle this guy. Like, forget it. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I don't want to waste my time on this guy. Because, you know, of course, at first, he was kind of getting at him. But, you gotta see the movie. But, yeah, it reminded me of that. So, I thought that was pretty interesting how they showed that. And like I said, once again, it reminds me of the slave trade as well. How the, you know, families were separated and stuff like that. It has that aspect to it. So, it's kind of a dual layer thing. And it's just like, you think about saying they can't really age. They say black don't crack. No matter what they do to their hair, like you see women get perms, get hit by water, what happens? Go right back nappy. So I'm just saying, there's too many parallels with this thing, you know what I'm saying?
And they could transform into giant monkeys.
But I would say that's more of a, you know, that's something else. I'm not saying that nobody's monkeys, but it just, we know how that goes, you know.
But we know when Frieza refers to him, he says monkeys.
Yeah, he says it in a way that, you know, it's not terms of endearment. But even with the gold hair, he said, well, that's blonde hair. Well, no, not really. I'm triggered. That represents the halo, which represents price energy. And I'm going to read you a quick definition real quick if you won't mind. We're going to get a little bit woke on you. Also known as...
Bro, look at this book he got.
Or Aura. I am reading from the Woman's Dictionary of Symbols and Sacred Objects by Barbara G. Walker.
This man got a school book.
I was referred to this book by both
the syllabus.
Master Teacher Bobby Hemmett and Brother Panic. And you can check out their content on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Occult Lectures.
Bro, that's an English 2010 book.
Occult Lectures, check out Bobby Hemmett, Serious Time Media. But anyway, Aura. The literal meaning of Oreo is a circlet of gold, as you see, as a crown or glory upon the head, which you see the gold hair. That's why their hair is gold in the sands, because they've reached a high level. Early Christians confused this with the halo, a ring of gold, or the nimbus, a cloud of gold, or simply the aura, which you see surrounding them when they power up. That's an aura. Yeah, so you can find that in that book. And the aura, it says, is an association with emanations of the body viewed as spiritual symbols, and eventually to the idea of astral starlight body, believed by mystics to be coexistent with the material body, yet like the soul, at times separable from the flesh. Some claim the ability to see this immaterial body in the form of an aura or halo of light or color surrounding the person. In the Orient, the Oreo was often identified with the 1,000-petaled lotus of light that could spring toward heaven, because you usually see the powering up and it's going upward. Spring toward heaven from the head of the most enlightened sage, that is one who has succeeded in drawing spiritual energy upward from all the rest of the body to the top of the head, which is why when you see them, they're straining, because they're pulling the energy from the earth on up through the body. You know what I'm saying? They've unlocked all their gates or chakras, because because there's more than 7 chakras, but there's 7 main chakras that people talk about the most. And if you watch Naruto, they talk about that. The gates are those main chakras. Like when you see Rock Lee powering up, when you see the Super Saiyans doing their thing, it's the same thing. Eastern mystics sometimes associate this with the immortal soul that they said was made of the same ethereal light as the stars. Which is why when you see them die, they're able to go to different worlds and fight and still become stronger. Because it represents the immortal soul, excuse me. So that's just a little bit of science that I'm going to drop on Dragon Ball Z. There's way more. I'm no expert. I'm not saying anything profound. Like I said, those teachers who I mentioned, check them out. I'm just reading this from a book, Barbara G. Walker, Woman's Dictionary of Symbols and Sacred Objects. Good book. But anyway, say that to say, there's a lot of parallels in the movie. I really loved it. It's dope. I mean, this is just my interpretation, so I'm not saying that's what it is. So anybody who want to get butt hurt about this shit, you can. I don't care. Go see it and give your interpretation.
Dislike.
But
thumbs down.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. The ending was very satisfying. You know what I'm saying? Even though it seemed like, oh, why the hell would you do that? It was still a very satisfying ending. It made you feel good. It made you really feel something. And usually they show Broly, it's just like, oh, it's just this freaking hulking mass of guy. You don't feel sorry for him. He just wants to kill everything.
That's old Broly.
But in this age of giving depth to characters, they really tried to flesh this out. I gotta commend, Toriyama and whoever else works on the Dragon Ball series for making this a good thing and not just cashing in on something that could have been a quick. I just throw all these characters in there that people know, we don't care. Even though, you didn't really see other characters, I'm not gonna mention. You saw a couple other characters where they had minor roles, but this was mainly, hey, this is Vegeta, Goku, and Broly. This is about the Saiyans. It's almost like taking, we're gonna not necessarily put a close to the story, but kind of put a close to the story. And just one more thing on what's those 3 represented to me, kind of like a Triforce in a sense, when you think about it. To me, they represented knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And I'm not saying nothing profound, I'm telling you. This is my take. Good movie. Do it. See it in theaters. You got it. It was really fun.
Alright, so just a couple things, because you guys haven't watched the Super
I have not.
series. Okay, so
start
I'm gonna try to summarize it. Because there's several arcs that happen.
Wow.
Like 4 arcs have happened for real. So in the movie, I can't say these are spoilers because these are all in the previews. You see Vegeta has a form where he has red hair.
Yeah.
You see a form where both Goku and Vegeta have blue hair. And you also see a fused character, Gogeta. You see that all in the previews. So just to talk about some of those characters. Gogeta is like the second fusion character. And the fusion of Gogeta, from what I understand, I believe they have to do that dance.
Oh yeah.
They gotta do that dance. The other fusion character, Vegito, they have to just use the earrings.
Yeah.
And you see Vegito when they're fighting in the Dragon Ball Super series, actually when they're fighting a corrupt Kai. Cannot think of his name right now. Hey, I'm blanking. I have to turn on the game. But when they had to fight a corrupt Kai that was terrorizing Trunks time, future Trunks time. But basically Dragon Ball Super picks up right after they fought Boo. And that's when they introduce Beerus, who's the god of destruction for their universe. And that's when they start. They learn that they are like a small little area. There's like actually 13 universes. They're actually universe 7. They have a god of destruction, and the god of destruction is over the Kais. So you have Supreme. You have this the Kais that patrol the north, south, east, west of the universe. North Kai is the one that trained Goku, known as King Kai. And then you have Supreme Kai, who was introduced in Dragon Ball Z when they fought Boo. And then above Supreme Kai, you have a God of Destruction, which is interesting because if a Kai died, God of Destruction guy dies as well. and vice versa. They're tied together. And then each god of destruction has an angel attendant, which is in this case Whis. So Beerus pretty much had a dream about a Super Saiyan god, so he finds Goku, fights Goku, beats the shit out of him, even in Super Saiyan 3. Then he goes to Earth, fights Vegeta, and all of them beat their ass. But interesting about Vegeta, it was Bulma's birthday party. Yeah. So, and Vegeta recognized what he was a long time ago because he humiliated his father. And everyone's like real nice to Beerus because he can literally like point his finger and destroy a planet.
Right.
So Beerus ended up doing some shit. He got mad because Boo ate like some food or some shit. Beerus really loved to eat food. Right. So he was beating everybody's ass, and then he slapped Bulma, and then like Vegeta got so pissed off that he powered up even stronger than Goku at that moment, and like was beating his ass for a second. But then Beerus was like, alright, I'm done playing to beat his ass. So he was about to destroy the planet. However, Goku came and was like, hey, I want to fight you. I'm trying to get this Super Saiyan God transformation. So they did a ritual with five pure-blooded Saiyans. It was Trunks, Young Trunks, Goten, Gohan, Vegeta, and Pan, Gohan's daughter, even though she wasn't born yet, but Dad was pregnant with her. So that's where you see the first Super Saiyan God transformation, which is when Goku has the red hair. I know Vegeta can do it in the movie. I don't know how he did it. I just don't spoil that for me. I'll just figure it out. Yeah. So right after they fight Beerus or whatever, we found out Beerus has a brother because Beerus didn't destroy the planet. He respects Goku because they went all out. So Beerus has a brother in 6 universe, which is a parallel universe to universe 7. They have a tournament. That's when they introduced to Frieza's counterpart, Frost, and Hit, and Kappa. So that's there when we first see the transformation. No, I'm sorry. Before that, they fought Frieza again, and that's when we first saw Goku turn to Super Saiyan Blue, and Vegeta turned to Super Saiyan Blue. Super Saiyan Blue is the Super Saiyan transformation of Super Saiyan God, so they call it Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. Stupid, right? So they fought Frieza one more time, had that tournament, and then Future Trunks came back asking for help. Turns out a corrupt god is in his time, and he is just like killing everyone. And it's just like bleak as fuck. So he comes back, get Goku and Vegeta for help. The corrupt god, he comes, I think his name is Zamasu. He comes back, he beats their ass, and what's so funny is he looks like Goku, so they call him Goku Black. So some crazy ass time travel thing. The god ends up stealing Goku's body in a different timeline and goes to Trunks' timeline and start fucking everything up. So they fuse into Vegito, and they end up fighting them, almost killed them, but the fuse ran out. But Trunks ended up killing them, and they end up having to destroy the whole universe. So then the Tournament of Power came, where they had to fight the 13 universes, and it was like a battle royale. So it was a super strong ass dude named Jiren, who was like beating the shit out of Goku. It pushed Goku and Vegeta to do transformations. So Vegeta can turn into Ascended Super Saiyan Blue, and Goku has this thing called Ultra Instinct. So how Frieza came back was after they killed Frieza, they needed like 10 people for this tournament. Right. Boo was supposed to be the 10th person. He ends up falling asleep. So Goku was like, let me go get Frieza from hell. So Frieza, that's how he got Frieza. And when they won the tournament, Lord Beerus brought Frieza back to life. So that's how Frieza came back. And then Dragon Ball Broly Super. And that was pretty much the Super Series in a nutshell.
What they blame Goku for bringing them back for? If Beerus is the one who did
Because it was Goku's idea to use him for the tournament. Then nobody want him to use Frieza. Get Frieza on their team. Because it was Master Roshi, Krillin, Tien, Piccolo, Gohan, Goku, Vegeta. Supposed to be Boo, but Boo fell asleep. Frieza, Android 18, Android 17. Android 17 is the fucking MVP of the Tournament of Power. Y'all gotta watch that shit. And you'll see why.
Yeah, I gotta watch this shit. I gotta see it.
Yeah. So that's Dragon Ball Super. Got any comments, DZ?
I don't, because I haven't seen Super or the movie. So me chiming in right now would just be a bunch of hot air, but I do want to see both of them, so I gotta get caught up.
Yeah, the English dubs is at Tournament. It's pretty much at the beginning of the Tournament Power right now on Toonami, so you can catch that now. But I know it's late, but I'm hungry. Let's have a presidential dinner, because I know McDonald's and Wendy's are still up.
What up,
Open.
Yeah, we can,
Presidential dinner, what's that about, DZ? Tell us about
I've never seen that.
well, although I don't watch football anymore.
I can't believe it.
The NCAA had its national championship a few days ago.
Roll Tide.
It was the great state of Alabama, University of Alabama, actually.
Right.
Versus the Clemson Tigers, and Clemson is in South Carolina, right?
They band play that Dixieland music.
Oh,
It's funny.
yeah. And here in the South, football is a very, very deep tradition.
That's an understatement.
People like pledge their lives to these teams and never set foot on campus. People swear by these teams.
Poison trees.
Yeah, I mean,
Kill family members.
I mean, people shoot each other over and stuff like this.
Yeah.
And never register for courses on these campuses whatsoever. I could go all day, but regardless, Clemson, what conferences?
ACC.
ACC. Yeah, SEC football is a huge thing in the South as well. Southeast Conference. Man, that's just extra stuff. It's a lot of money being made, a lot of free labor. I digress. Let's talk about the national championship.
A beauty.
These two teams, usually Alabama is like the best team, but this year Clemson got that ass. I didn't watch the game though. I just know that they won. And a winner of national championship is, for the most part, always invited. When it comes to the NCAA, for the most part, it's always invited to the White House. And at the White House, you get to have dinner with the White House
Dinner?
staff.
You sound like when you said dinner.
Oh, white dinner.
Dinner? I get to have dinner with the white folks?
Good old Lord, I can't wait to come into the big old house. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You, sir. Good old down butter biscuits. Some cooking.
How do we do that, Skip?
Hold up. What's all the fuss? It's no need to go nuts. Your connection is not lost, but we taking a quick pause for the cause on Meanwhile on Funkatron, podcast. Be back in a little bit. Don't sweat the technique. You in it with the fresh geeks. What it is, handle biz, hide your wife, hide your kids. It's your main man, Spidey Rock, aka Rick Chan, with more funky flavor for you to withstand. On the break of the Meanwhile on Funkatron podcast, the redo, the rebirth. We about to do our damn thing, and the shit don't hurt, so you need to come listen as we glisten and we make it happen. It's your captain, coming to you, trying to get through to you to let you know that you need to check us out on the SoundCloud, Meanwhile on Funkatron, and the YouTube, Meanwhile on Funkatron. Also want to give a few shout outs to my main man, Jay Vinci. Check him out on the Bandcamp, iTunes, or wherever the hell digital music is sold. He's got a dope album, The Neon Project. Check him out. Also want you to check out the main man, my homeboy Gardner U615, thatstoryme.com for that alkaline water. Do that right now. He's working on some new music, coming up with that. And you know, I just want to let you know that the Roman Record of yours are bringing a funky flavor to you and yours. Don't sweat the technique. You're in it with the fresh geeks. We back, baby. Check us out. Peace.
Better food that the country would offer.
The kind of food that you don't see in the hood anywhere.
Some real food.
Right.
The kind of food that you wouldn't be able to stumble drunk into the establishment and buy 4 things with $4.
Right. Or 2 for $6.
The kind of restaurant that I don't think any of us could be privy to.
Right.
We had stacks on our hips.
Specifically, whack Arnold's and Cindy's.
Yeah.
Cindy's?
Cinder!
Cindy's.
Hey, that's the new one, Cindy's. Yeah. Hey, bro, take me to Cindy's.
The type of establishment where our buns have no seeds.
Ooh.
Okay?
It's a little bit too Pacific there.
We both have 2 all beef patties, special sauce.
I know what's specific, don't fuck with me, goddammit. I'm trying to be silly.
Yeah. The kind of establishment where once you move up from washing lettuce,
then you're on fries.
You're on fries.
Oh, shit.
And that's where the big bucks
come in. Just 2 years, huh?
Just 2 years.
I can't believe it.
Child, they making a sequel to that. That's gonna be interesting.
The kind of
Check out for that for
the kind of
future
place
episode.
specifically that sells fish filet-os.
Golden fries.
Did somebody say, are you loving it? Had you had your break today?
American food for American players.
Hey, we told you, like, man, we told in the 360, you made it back to what we talked about earlier about hand purchases.
I'm not gonna say in their defense, but I will say this. Let's just be real. They had Big Macs, they had filet of fish, they had nuggets, they had McDonald's fries in cups with the presidential seal on there, and they had a bunch of stuff from Wendy's in the right paper, which means I know that's from the dollar menu. My inner fatness broke this down to the stuff that was on the table.
The end of the table.
The end of the table.
You gotta see
So,
that. Wait a minute. They had stuff from Wendy's. Wendy's. There's no H in Wendy's.
so me, first off, the first thing I saw was like a video of the dude lighting candles. It was just like,
In a well-lit room.
with the suspenders.
Yeah.
With suspenders?
Yes.
Yeah. And a bow tie.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I don't want to say in their defense. They would only be able to get away with something like that because they're college students. And as a college student, you will take anything.
Right.
So, you know, if my decline of dollars was over, I was invited to the White House. I ain't gonna lie, I probably would have stuffed a couple 10 pieces in my pockets.
Right. Yeah.
However,
I would have placed the Big Mac box on a plate and walked down that line. I would have maybe even reached and grabbed a assorted Newmans.
bro, me and DZ saw that shit. We was tripping. We saw the Newman's ranch packet. They had the McDonald's hot mustard.
Yeah.
I was like, well, they went all out on the sauces, bro. I ain't seen no ketchup though.
It's so funny. We have about 300 hamburgers, many fries,
That pizza looks so slaw too.
couple of pizzas. It's just hilarious to me because it's like, could you be any cheaper?
Like he
That's how
said
you
it
keep all
came.
the
Yeah, he said it came out of his pocket, but it's just like, bro, none of those places you went to caters. So me and DZ came to the fact they sent someone in a sedan. Pick your sedan.
On the license plate?
They sent somebody in a Malibu.
To go pick up this food. And you know one set of food was warmer than the other. Like my best is they went and picked up the Wendy's first and then went and got the McDonald's.
Right.
I mean, if you're being smart, you want to do that because Wendy's is going to taste better in the long run. It has better shelf value than McDonald's.
But it's like, we was just tripping like, wow. And they had like the Big Macs and stuff stacked perfectly. And the filet
On
of
the
fish.
fine china.
And you look at some of the players, they were thankful, you know. And like I said, it's a costume, you gonna eat anything.
Oh, bro.
And then you see some of these dudes, I ain't gonna point out who, because I don't know no names, though. They were looking like, they were like, this is some bullshit.
You don't give a fuck out here.
In the words of one of my favorite teachers, ain't no other band or other group eating like y'all, staying in nice high hotels y'all are. Call your friends at other schools. Ask them what they doing.
Yep. Sound like a rapper.
Me personally, the activity I did, I definitely ate better than them. And I'm not gonna say we were. I'll say we were my organization was great for what we did, but we never entered competitions where we could say we were champions. They were champions. And like I said, football, especially in the South, is put on a high pedestal. So,
millions and millions of dollars.
I was gonna say this. One event that we used to do, they used to give us, when we first got there, they catered for us. And you see spaghetti, chicken, green beans, all that stuff. But on the way back to our destination, they gave us like a chip, something to drink, and either turkey sandwich or pulled pork sandwich. And that pulled pork sandwich used to be bussin'.
Hidden.
And that's damn better than a Big Mac, bro.
Yeah, even that damn Miss Winters 2-piece and the biscuit with them soapy ass mashed potatoes would be more hidden.
This is soapy.
Tell me the mashed potatoes that used to be soapy in the mug.
Talking about that with that white gravy. The white gravy had suds in them, bro.
Rest in peace, Miss Winters. Now I think it's a damn burger shop.
Low key, I think they still got Miss Winters in Atlanta.
It's called Hugh Babies now. It's been gentrified.
Oh boy.
I remember it was a butcher before then.
Yeah, it was. That shit used to stink because that's where my classes was at.
Yeah,
you be going in there like, God damn, bro, I'm not going to class. I'm sick, man. I can't do no flips or nothing like that. It's nothing like this, man. Anyway, but yeah, Miss Winters is now Hugh Babies. But yeah, that's better than that. 2 pieces of biscuit.
But you know what? You know what? If for you youngins, I think they changed it to a churches. So y'all 2-piece evolved into a churches 2-piece.
You can see like the building shaking like on 45, and they got the noise.
Oh my god.
But hey, you know them chicken boxes. Some people didn't want them. They always just take spare chicken boxes.
Yeah, you was on a loading crew, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. I should
You
have.
did something. What the hell you did? You did something.
I was. I was a 5th year. Yeah. I ain't even post this kid. Anyway.
It's just hilarious, man. It's like, why? Like, just the fact that they tried to make it seem like this was a great thing.
And blaming it on the Democrats.
I'm not even gonna get into the politics.
Oh, yep. Hey. Redacted.
Yeah. But it's like, bruh, you mean to tell me I flew to Washington when I've been eating better than this all season?
Right.
If you think about it, you know what I'm saying? Like, they probably had better food at the hotel that they went back to.
For what I understand, Clemson's athletes have their own calf that's open 24/7.
Damn.
So,
right.
In Alabama, I seen what they ate during training camp. Dog.
I already know.
Think about everyone grandma in Alabama cooking. You saw hog maws,
some cooking,
chitlins,
y'all heard what I said.
Neck bones, steak, ham, turkey. It was like, man, they were really loading them guys up. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it is what it is. I'm gonna be honest. I'll probably be a little bit. I probably wouldn't have ate nothing there. One, because they have filet of fish. I'm like, excuse me, Mr. President, I'm gonna have to eat outside because I'm allergic to the smell.
Just the fact that he didn't even eat. Well, you notice he said, enjoy your food.
Yeah, he
bounced the fuck up out of there. Matter of fact, he said everything he had to say in like about a minute and a half while wearing his coat. So you know he was trying to go somewhere else to eat. Fuck the bullshit. They could have stayed in Clemson and got a voicemail from his bitch ass, and they still would have ate better than going to the White House and eating cold fillets off the old China.
I'm like, hey man, Mr. President, man, what's your favorite dipping sauce? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you know, people were kind of knocking those kids.
45.
But they college kids, and college kids will eat anything.
Put some food in front of one of them, they gonna grill.
I mean, hell, we did, right?
Right. It's free.
But at the same time,
you spend more money getting there.
I'm like, man, we up here eating.
You got me fucked up.
Henry's I take them, but you know.
I'm gonna talk bad about your ass.
I'm taking me some Newmans back to the room. I got a date tonight.
Can we talk about how the dude that picked all this food up in his four-door sedan, how his backseat gonna smell like the little onions on the small hamburger?
Oh.
The little onions. We talking about the onions that you put in a bowl and then you pour water in them and stir it.
Talking about the White Castle onions?
Yeah.
Can we talk about the fact that he had to have 3 Secret Service people ever unload his car?
Dang. Did they back the car up to the Mickey D's? Like, did they back it in? Because they was hauling all that shit? Or would they just...
Hell no, B.
They had it through the window?
Hell no, B. He went inside to pick all that stuff. He probably had like 3 or 4 employees come help him put it in. But quit talk about this. It's making me hard. How you feel, Mr. Chan? I had a presidential Wendy's the other day, and they messed up my order, so I had to go in there and get my nuggets back, bro.
Get that in.
Say what?
You got anything else to add, Mr.
Look here.
Mr. Rick Chan?
You know, I usually don't get into semantics of Pope 45. You know, he does what he gonna do, and I try not to give that guy too much energy because like everything that he gets is gonna be his fuel. But I must say, when this motherfucker's on TV, he is hard to look away from.
He is.
He is a sight to see. I don't know why. That motherfucker is hilarious. You just look at, you can't not look at this motherfucker. He is a character, I would tell you that. But you know, I usually don't get into the whole arguing about it and debating about it. He gonna do the dumb shit he gonna do, and I shouldn't even call it dumb shit. He's gonna do what Trump does. But I really found that quite appalling when I thought that shit was a joke. I'm like, did somebody Photoshop this shit? Because when you put it in the damn group me, I was just like, is this
so funny? You
remember on Creed when he first found out that Rocky was sick? Yo, this shit for real? That's how I felt, like, yo, this shit for real? And I'm just like, they're lighting candles. They gonna call the fart fire that bug. Right. So many people gonna be gassed up on them damn Big Macs. Oh my God.
That secret sauce.
Bruh. Like, that's why I had to put in the group meeting, like, on Metal Gear, when you shooting the damn Nikita in that place before you fight Ray Fox.
Yeah.
And that shit run out of fuel, and you run out of time, and that fucking CO2 like, ah! You idiot. That's what I thought was going to happen to them. Like, they gonna die of enclosed fart exposure and shit.
Bro, them nuggets alone gonna give you gas, bro.
But if
giving them some hot mustard,
right,
you know.
the air on the plane flight, like the planes is gonna be toxic.
Right. Woo. Well, all of them go
cycle air.
All of them says this: if you ever wonder how rich people stay rich, you see that penny pinching ass dinner that they just had. That's how rich motherfuckers stay rich. They don't spend no goddamn money.
If it was Chick-fil-A, they cater.
That'd have been a little bit different, you know. I mean, fast food in general at the White House, that seems a bit
That's like beneath that.
Hey,
like for real.
If that was Obama who had did that shit, I'm gonna go there. They would have said, "What is this ghetto, stupid ghetto integer stuff that we just had?"
Terrorist value meal.
Terrorist value meal.
This is Greg's son, health foods. This is.
But you know, of course.
They're like, well, I'm just surprised that the president didn't have Popeyes.
Right. Finger licking good.
He ordered the spicy.
But you know what?
He ordered the spicy.
That was gonna backfire.
That's called being economical when he.
You know, our people would be excited.
Hell yeah.
I can't even say our people because everyone likes Popeyes.
Lord, everybody.
Child.
Lord.
I tell you one thing. I'm gonna put her out there. Jamil Hill wouldn't complain.
Oh.
What up, Jamil?
Body blow.
Hey, you from the D though? We shout
I
it
already
out.
know what it is.
Uppercut, body blow.
She knows she loves her some goddamn Popeyes, cause she used to post about like once a week when she was at.
You right by you. So I can't see, man. I can't lie. I love Popeyes. I used to, because every time we used to do recordings, that's what I would get. Because if we didn't have one by my house, it was just like, oh, we bought a record, but it's Popeyes.
The champ be like, hey man, I've been Popeyes, man. You need anything?
Shut up.
Every third recording, I'm like, yeah, dog, just give me a 5-piece tender spicy, bro. Fries.
If you watch the Hyperstone Heist playthrough on me on Funkatron's YouTube channel,
We're talking about that shit.
Popeyes.
One last thing I got with that one picture where he's standing behind all the food with his hands out. Just reminds me of Mr. X on Streets of Rage 2.
Man.
And instead of calling Shiva out to beat your ass, he challenges you to finish all that food without actually having diabetes at the end. And if you pull it off, then you get to fight him. Otherwise, you just sit there.
Instead of shooting,
You gonna fight him, you get to ask him questions.
Yeah.
Instead of shooting, he just throw off the damn hamburger.
I mean, your stomach gonna fall out your asshole before the whole shit goes down. You just stand there laughing over your body.
Or your asshole gonna come through your belly button.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Stand up out of your ass.
Right.
You know what? Here's another thing. Here's another effed up theory. They Ubered all that food there.
Uber Eats, bro?
They Uber eat the food.
They Uber ate.
That's a theory.
How do you say it in the past that they Uber ate the food?
Right.
They had the food Uber eaten to the place?
You know that shit was cold as hell.
It took them. We couldn't find the White House, goddamn.
But bro, and
No place to find.
here's my last thing. Is my inner factors. If you gonna go fast food with hamburgers, get the best hamburger possible, aka the Whopper.
Right.
With cheese, cut in half. Thank you.
So big, cut half-ass, bro.
I'm just saying,
I
though.
heard that since 98, bro. Cut in half.
Yeah,
with
bro.
cheese. Yeah.
Bruh, you cannot eat a whole Whopper not cut, bro. You got to cut that shit, man. That shit's so overwhelming, and it's gonna be sloppy.
Bro said cut and with a Lost World watch with the cap on it that you could flip over.
Yeah, let's move on.
Cause we just dunking on folks.
Yeah, we just dunking on.
But
we just dunking in all this sauce.
Yeah, it's time to Superman this conversation.
Subway caters. All right, continue. Speaking of Superman, this whole injustice. Injustice has been committed on
Hey, they dropped the ball on that. They should have.
King Draco.
They might though. For the expansion pack or whatever they come up with, they go, oh, so y'all use the what's the same company?
But yeah.
Amigos. I mean, what's Savage? I forget.
Yeah. But anyway, next topic, Soulja Boy Seller. Soulja Boy, you guys know he a rapper. He was like pretty much the first, not pretty much, he was the first internet rapper, first YouTube rapper. And he made sensation, made it big.
Ringtone rapper.
Yeah, first ringtone rapper. And
he was the guy.
He was the guy. And he was the first person I remember rapping with a dance. So, and it's funny, he was making club music at 16. Think about it. Yeah.
And that's stuff too.
Then they used to play his stuff in strip clubs. So he was making strip club music.
You.
Bro, that's dope to the mother they just did right here. But yeah, so Soulja Boy famous for But happening. Well, I think that's the underground stuff. But happening. Ya, B, Ya, and Turn My Swag On, and for the main one he's famous for him is what? Crank That Superman. Crank That Soulja Boy. So fast forward, I got them baby days. That stuff. But so Soulja Boy, of course, being new, being that hot newness, faced a lot of flack from the old guard, beef with Ice-T amongst others. Ice-T threatened him, said he wanted to whoop his ass.
Yeah, sometimes old folks be crotchety as fuck, man.
So,
like, I thought that was funny, and then, like, even though 50 Cent likes to antagonize a lot of people in the entertainment industry, he summed it up really good. Like, the boy's 16. Leave him fucking alone. You just mad because you're not making that count. Yeah. He was right. Yeah.
Boy, 50 Cent is like the ultimate troll. We can have a man. We'll talk about him another time, bro. Just man, 50. Yeah. Bro, how you gonna buy the first 4 rows of a concert? That's some.
How did he do that, Skip?
But okay, back to Soulja Boy. So fast forward, I was aware in 2018 during Christmas time, might even a little bit earlier, that he has his website where he sells watches and phone clips and video game console. Video game console? What you selling? Xbox, PlayStation 4? No, the Soulja console. What's on the Soulja console? What does it play? Well, it's a console that comes preloaded with 800 games.
800?
What does it play? Play Super Mario, Mortal Kombat, Sega, whatever.
Mortal Kombat?
All of them.
All of them.
Street Fighter?
How much is it? A regular $199 for the system on sale for $149, and then you had a handheld, regular $100 on sale for $49.
Handheld?
No, it was on sale for $100, regular $150.
There you go.
150?
So yeah, it turns out, all of it when they came out, like all the nerds, did their investigation. They found out that it was made in China, and they all started making rap videos and making money off making fun of him.
Right. We killed 2 birds with 1 stone on that.
So apparently it got to the point, because his console just has a bunch of emulators and a bunch of ROMs. Mm-hmm. And from what I understand, some of them may not, if not all of them, are not legal. So of course, Nintendo supposedly is suing him.
Oh my God, am I doing something illegal?
But fast forward to like earlier this week. Well, when he was going through that thing, he was just like, all y'all nerds and Nintendo hating on me, y'all can eat a dick.
Yeah, that's the funniest thing ever.
That is the funniest. And so that's like a conversation stopper. Like, what can you say after someone tell you that? But, damn. Ain't nothing you can do with that. But yeah, all these YouTubers making videos, he talked about them, and then apparently he took his console down. So everyone thought like he was serving a cease and desist from Nintendo. That's possible. But fast forward to earlier this week, and he was on the nationally syndicated radio show, The Breakfast Club.
I like how you said that. You said it so professional.
With DJ Envy.
DJ Envy, and Charlamagne the God. So Queen. Oh, King Draco in the building. Charlamagne the God. Soulja Boy. What do you think about you, Southern?
Southern Gamecock folks.
Y'all like
Well, you know, Charlamagne sound like a hood ass Sylvester the Cat, so.
Oh, Buster,
Sylvester Maine.
So, like,
Young Draco!
so one thing about Charlamagne, and maybe this is from him interning with certain folks, he's a typical interviewer. He's pretty aggressive. He's not scared to ask the tough questions. And he does what he can to, you know, he entertains with his interview. And what I like during that interview was like when they brought him on, they tried to clown him, and he shut. When I say he, I'm talking about Soulja Boy. He shut all of them down every time they brought up an incident. So what I got from that interview, Soulja Boy definitely has matured and grown. You can tell he's a little bit grown up now. Not a little bit, but he has grown up now, and he's smarter than you think.
Yeah.
And I think that's a perception. People don't think some of these guys who look a certain way, act a certain way, they don't think they smart. Like they don't know what they're doing. He perfectly knows what he's doing.
Right.
Because he's, number one, he's trending. I'm not going to go as far as say he's the second coming of Jesus. But as someone who started the internet craze, he knows how to finesse the internet craze.
And there's like lots of metadata and all this crap and people that can teach you how to be a social media group. Ain't nobody talking about the real shit. He did that shit on his own.
Yeah, he kind of started that whole wave himself, which is crazy.
No bots, no buying users, no buying followers, no shit like that. Like, I mean, if that ain't a genius, I don't know what is.
That's a hard worker. I mean, he's a hustler.
For real.
But there's a certain amount of genius to that, I would say.
Right.
You know?
And just because he's young, people shit on him.
And he talk a certain way, and he's from a specific area.
Yeah.
From Mr. Slappy.
And because, you know, maybe he didn't have the indoctrinated education that everybody thinks you have to succeed in this place.
Right.
But you know what though, as an educator, I think about, I'm not surprised that he took off like that, he's smart like that, because he still was in his creativity phase. You know?
Yeah, and with nobody.
And he ain't know no better. That's actually the best time to create shit.
Yep.
Yeah, because your creative thought process isn't limited to what people tell you.
Exactly. You do your best. You do your best work before you realize fire is hot.
Right.
So he said something about those consoles. He said he sold out them consoles. He wasn't forced to take them down. He couldn't say much about what's going on with Nintendo because he says lawyers tell him not to say nothing. So we can only speculate. How do you guys feel about Soulja Boy, this whole thing about him selling and just him as a whole, from just watching the interview and what's going on now?
I think that the interview is, I mean, you watch the interview and you just have to realize that just because somebody doesn't have your level of expertise doesn't mean you can just pull rank and shit on them.
Right.
People gotta cut this shit out. Especially with gaming, because nobody is the gatekeeper to this shit.
They're damn near trying.
Oh, they trying like a mud. They're trying to make it seem like only one type of person can be a quote-unquote gamer when Soulja Boy been playing games all his life too.
He was 16. He was 16 in what? When the crackdown on them got hot? Like 2004,
I think he was
5,
5 or 6 and 7.
So, you know, he was in prime video game age when
Right.
pretty much PlayStation 2 was out.
Yeah, so how, like, who are these? I'm gonna say these YouTubers who are
YouTubers, game collectors.
right, who are getting all these views off of this selective outrage because only one type of person can, or company can sell consoles, apparently, right?
Right.
Even though these systems have been available for years, been I seen collectors and people on Instagram and YouTube not only reviewing these consoles for views and likes, but recommending some of these consoles for views and likes. Nobody ever goes after these companies,
Right.
these Chinese companies
Right.
that sell this third party stuff. Matter of fact, right now I can get on the internet and buy the exact same model as that Soulja Boy console.
Exactly.
For $69.19. It'll be here in 3 days. Nobody took this website down. Nobody claiming that nobody calling the Nintendo hordes in on these folks. So I just think it's like, it is what it is. Like, you see it in every part of society. Anytime somebody try to do something different out of the status quo, you just have all these people with this selective outrage. They act like, oh my God, who does this person think they are? But this stuff has been going on for decades, honestly. I mean, you can't sell stuff like that out of here, but online you can purchase it from China and get it shipped in from China. But nobody cared about all that until Soulja Boy put his name on something.
Right.
So I just think all that selective outrage is fake as fuck, first of all.
Right.
And it's only one type of YouTuber that I see that's making all these grand claims about what Mr. Toem needs to do. Like, man, y'all need to, like, for like, fucking knock it off. Just knock that shit the fuck off. Good for you. You got a whole bunch. You got 200,000 views. You got 500,000 views because you talked about Soulja Boy, and everybody else is outraged because somebody did something different for once. But
Soulja Boy made my judgments.
Y'all wasn't calling out none of these other companies for making these fake consoles ever until Soulja Boy did something.
I got something to
Fake ass.
Right. Well, Rich Chan, you want to go before I do a quick little fun fact? Alright, so when I was still learning about, stuff about emulators and people were really selling these things, so I have a couple clone consoles. I have a Retro 5. I have, what that thing say for Nintendo, was that 8-bit something?
8-bit HD.
8-bit HD, plays Nintendo cartridges in HD. I also have, you see that little black thing on the top? Yeah, read the top for me. Retro Big Console. That's the second one. I bought the first one. Both of those come preloaded with games. And then here's a kicker. Here's a very interesting one I actually messed it up because I didn't know what I was doing because I was so excited. This emu thing, which is basically, from what I understand, a retro pie. And when I messed up and I called the company and said, hey, I kind of did something, I wanted to go back to the screen. Because what they pretty much did, the emulators are already on there. You just have to put the ROMs on there.
Oh my God.
So I was talking to dude like, yeah, we don't sell them because we got in trouble with Nintendo. They threatened to sue us. And pretty much everyone is doing this. And when this particular product came out, it was on pre-order only, and everyone was just, they had to get one. They had to get one.
Can't wait to get it.
And it was someone not like Soulja Boy. It wasn't like Soulja Boy selling it. So, I'm not gonna say we were keeping him down, but I will say when he decided to do a little something, he got some hate.
Right.
That's me. And honestly, for stuff like that, I probably wouldn't. Well, I guess he would have to go to a website, but you know what? Let me quit talking. You go, Mr. Chan.
Well, sit up for this shit.
Oh shit! Sit on up.
Hold on to your butts.
I'm not even
No. You.
Well, thank you. Now we got a Tons Extermination Squad on our butts. Thanks, King. So let me preface this by saying, now, you know, I've been breaking for a minute. You know, been immersed in hip hop culture for a long time, and you know, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I was a fan of Soulja Boy when he first came out. I was like, man, don't like it. You know, I think it's too watered down. But looking back in retrospect, it's just that's just the time. You know, younger, it wasn't for me. You know.
I will say this: me being here in the South, and I'm from Michigan. If you don't know, being in the South when he's hot made me see what his music is for. I appreciate it more because I was here at the hotbed. If I was still in Michigan when it came out, I'd be like, Soulja Boy.
Soulja Boy?
The dude who dance when he raps?
The dude with the long tees to his knees?
Right. I forgot about the talk. Continue, Rich Ann.
Yeah, man. You know, but like you said, I get it. And being down here, I come to appreciate like those artists. You know, on the thing that they did a lot of stuff independently, and I respect that. You know what I mean? And you know, they expressed themselves in the way that they expressed themselves. They wasn't trying to be like everybody else. So you know, I have a huge amount of respect for that. You know what I'm saying? And even then, I could see that, like, hey, this is their own thing, even though it's not necessarily for me, and I'm not necessarily gelling with it. You know, it's dope that they doing what they're doing. It's just not for me, but
respect.
Right? Yeah, you know, I respect the hustle, and I respect the art form. You know, and them keeping it going for better or worse, whatever you want to say. I don't know. It's up to your discretion. But I really respect that he was trying to do something, you know, as a black man, wanted to release a console. But you ain't really seen no black man do that. Although we do know that there was a black man who was responsible for innovating the single cartridge video game console. And I need to look it up to know what his name was. I should know this guy's name, and I'm so sorry.
He had such a 70s haircut with the perfect line, boxy fro, sideburn.
And he did look like juice.
Fun fact.
Shout out Jeremy.
Fun fact. Y'all know that dude was coach of Fisk basketball team.
Oh,
Kenny Anderson.
But
oh really?
Yeah.
But it's dope that he was actually trying to put his resources towards something like that, which is something we should look into because ain't nobody hasn't done that before.
Gerald A. Lawson.
Gerald A. Lawson. So yeah,
Jeezy with the quick research.
Innovator of the single cartridge video game console. So check it out, Gerald Lawson. Thank you very much. And yeah, so we haven't seen anything of the like since then. And, he's actually trying to market it. He's trying to sell it, and there's so many things to say about it. But yes, him saying what he said, it has validity because no matter what we do, anytime we are trying to do something, they're trying to put a stop to it. You can look at what's been happening in the news with this hypocrisy based upon these sexual predators and stuff, like only accusing one side of the spectrum, but not all. While the other one gets to go away as the other one that's in the spotlight. Things from 20 years ago that happened that we're not condoning. But it's just like ever. But if that person should have been in jail, they should have been in jail 20 years ago because, I mean, undisputable evidence of a videotape that everybody's seen in high school. Anyway, we're not going to continue going there. But as I just said, if you said there's not a narrative here where they are trying to keep the black man down, then you are blinder than I am in the morning looking for my glasses once again. So I will say, sometimes we can use that when we seem to be caught up in something, and I understand that. But at the same time, he's telling the truth. But as he's telling the truth, and him knowing that from the jump, I feel like he should have at least had some people kind of pull his coat a little bit, because there's a lot of black nerds out there that probably listen to his music that are probably fans that always have an opinion about everything else. That could have said something like, "Hey," when they heard about it, like, "Yo, man, you might want to
don't do it, Soulja Boy, please.
You might want to reconsider or something
please,
like that."
Please don't do it, Soulja Boy.
And then also like, read up, or they could have updated his ass. Like, "Hey, man, you don't want to do that because Nintendo is very strict about the litigation and stuff like that, and their licensing. You know, they're very strict, so you might want to consider what you're doing and talk with some people first." So some people could have done that, but instead, I know a lot of folks. We don't want to support each other. We want to support everything else, and he's right. Like, we do want to be like, "Oh, Japan, this. Oh, Europe, this." But, when we do something, we go and knock it automatically. Instead of just getting behind it and supporting it. Or even just, pulling to this. You don't even got to do it publicly on the internet. Just like, you could DM, "Hey, man, I love what you're doing, but let's reconsider some things." You could be straight up like that, but people, they just want to have an opinion, they want to be seen. So, like I said, I understand all of it, but what I want to say is, he also could have looked on to Instagram. There's lots of like dope black artists on Instagram, engineers, computer programmers. He's got the funds where he could assemble this sort of team to see if they can do something. You could get a system and reverse engineer it or something like that. Yeah. That's how Japan did the bullet train. They took a train from somewhere else and reverse engineered it, and they made a better train. And I stole that line from John Henry Clark. I should rest in peace, one of the ancestors, a great African scholar, John Henry Clark. That's what he said. He said the Japanese took the train, they reverse engineered and made a better train than the one they took. Look up John Henry Clark. Anyway, but yeah, they could have done that. They could have got a PlayStation, whatever, reverse engineered and said, "Okay, what can we do differently?" Legally, they could have had this SODMG sign that come up like the Xbox logo and shit. It would have been dope. But that's all I really got to say about that. There just needed to be a little bit more research, a little bit more preparation before it came out. But hey, it is what it is. I'm glad to make the brother making money at least. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it just goes to show, support the shit, because you see what's happening with a lot of these people and the scandals that have been happening. They support their own. Even these feminists who was talking against Trump to grab people by the pussy, who they went and voted for. Well,
oh boy.
So you can't support your own on some shit like that? You know what I'm saying?
Supersonic.
That's all I'm saying. But, and then like with these YouTubers that's wanting to comment and have something to say about it, we know it's just some good fodder for you to talk about to gain more views, and your audience. Your audience is a lot of xenophobic,
build the wall.
White supremacist rhetoric spewing. I'm not gonna call them that. I'm gonna say the white supremacist rhetoric spewing. I don't want to be compartmentalizing anybody, but people with these sentiments, you know what I'm talking about. And that caters to them. That's gonna get them more numbers. They pay for that. Blood and sweat. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. They know that's gonna get them a lot of hype and a lot of views. So they're gonna run on that. And then it's just like any black person that anybody can have a go at, they're gonna do it. They don't care. They're gonna gang up on them. They're gonna do what they gotta do. And they're gonna let it rip. Get these views. Get these views. And it's just like, hey, I can talk about a black person at the same time. And what does Rick say all the time? He says, white supremacy can do their job and have fun at the same time. As you can see, putting down a brother, and they get their views and get their paper at the same time. And they don't got to worry about content. Just talk about this energy for however many times. So yeah, for them being able to speak on what's keeping the black man down and what's not, I don't think it's very fair, because you don't have that experience, so you need to shut up about things like that you don't know anything about. Ooh. You're on the other side of that. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing your thing. Let us do ours. Go handle our business. You know what I'm saying? So don't sit here and try to say that nobody's keeping the black man down, because that's what it is. Yeah, he should have been a little bit more intelligent about it. I will say that. You know, I will give you that. You should do a little bit more research, but y'all don't get mad about all these other cherry pie and all these other baba ganoush pie and berry pies that come
blueberry
out.
pie.
Every time a new one come out,
Right.
Pound cake.
You already got it pre-ordered. And
Right.
you're talking about if we subscribe to your Patreon, we'll get exclusive views
Exactly.
to that shit.
Ooh.
But it's legal when that happens.
It's cool with that when it's that. It's cool. It's
it's
poppin'.
okay. It's fine. It's fine. And it goes back to that 21 Savage thing again. Just because a brother touch it, it's a big damn deal. We can't be a part of video games at all. But I will tell you this, and I will say this. We are the fuel of the world. And I'm not saying that in a way where I'm congratulating that, because I don't like that, because a lot of our energy is used
stolen
at the behest of others and not for our benefit.
Yes.
But I can point out
right there.
many different things where our energy is used, Streets of Rage, and they even said it if you watch, what's his name? Something Fox. Splash Wave.
Oh yeah.
Something Fox. Just look up Splash Wave making the Streets of Rage 2. They even said we used black music. They even showed you where they had Detroit techno as the base. They show you that.
He created a system just to make black sounding music.
Black sounding music.
Soft black sounding music.
They couldn't.
That's true. That's what he said.
They couldn't have done it without us, bruh. This hip hop thing is spanning the globe. Couldn't have done it without us.
Hip hop is the fastest growing genre of music on the
Right.
planet.
Harvard scientists researched that. You could go look it up. Like, what's his name? You remember Karama on Instagram? Look it up, Warrior Bowl. Shout out to that guy. I'm just saying, look at Street Fighter 3. They gutted that shit, and they ran that on a straight black platform. By the time they got to Street Fighter Third Strike, I dare say that the Street Fighter 3 series was a love letter to black people. They had you fighting a boss who was basically America personified.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He was red, white, and blue. With white, tighty whities.
Woke.
And he said, I am your God. And but guess what? You were fighting the Illuminati. Every woke person's enemy.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was the Illuminati. That was the name of the
Quote
organization.
unquote. I don't know if it exists or not. I don't know nothing about none of that stuff. I'm just saying, come on. I know what people talk about. I know the rhetoric. I know the storyline. Anyway, they had hip hop, drum and bass, house music.
Yeah, they did.
They had your boy graffiti
all over the place.
You was fighting on the subway. You had your boy Urian, who they had in Kemet when his first appearance came out. It was called Funky Now. Then they showed the Olmec heads in Mexico. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
You had Elena from Kenya. You had Demore from London. Dudley, that was a brother. Akuma is a brother. I don't care what you say. Sean is a brother.
He be punching down on them.
Sean is a brother from Brazil. We know brothers all over Brazil.
Look at this.
Sean is a brother from Brazil. You had him there. So I'm telling you, that was a love letter to black folks. They couldn't have made that game without our energy. I'm just saying. What was the whole thing? Oh yeah, that makes sense. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Select the best one. Come on.
Protect Richard.
Whose energy is that? Whose energy is that? Come on, man. Don't soft shake me like you said. Don't soft shake me. But anyway, so it's just like we've always been there. Just because our face hasn't been shown. Look, I'll give you an example. I can go to Moe's Southwest Grill in a certain area and I don't hear nothing but James Brown, Aretha Franklin, and everything else.
You like Moe's, bro?
Not really. I pass by it a lot. But listen.
What you probably got?
Like, that's exactly what it's about.
The Dover.
We can't touch nothing that has to do with that because that's their realm.
Which?
You had Tiger Woods in golf. We came into basketball, football, tennis. Video games is the last bastion. But we can't touch it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I just want to not preface, but I want to say this. I ain't got nothing against nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling it like the hell it is.
2019, fucking woke AF.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling it like it is. You got a problem with that, you got a problem with the truth. And that ain't my problem.
Ooh,
You know?
you wanna fight?
I don't hate nobody. I ain't got no time to be hating nobody. I got my own shit to deal with. So, with that being said, you know, I really think that he's doing a great thing. I hope people support him, you know, and I hope some brothers get around him and who really knowledgeable about this type of stuff and help him maybe develop something original. That would be dope. I would really love that. But it's just like, yo, support your own black folks. Come on. Don't just be knocking shit, because as soon as something happened to your ass, you've been cosplayed at some convention, and as soon as you get called an integer, you want to get mad.
I don't think like have people of color been knocking his console, or they just knocking him in general.
I'm not
They're
saying
making
they
fun
have.
of him.
But you know how we are. You know how we are. And I'm just gonna be real on that. But you know, I appreciate that he did that. And when he spoke a lot of truth. He showed you how he was an archetype of many things. As well he should. And this is the time of the truth coming out. 2019, that's what it is. And he should get his props. Whether you agree with him or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, most of these guys that you young cats like wouldn't be who they are if it wasn't for him. He showed you it. He wasn't lying. You know what I'm saying? He might exaggerate a little bit, but he wasn't lying. So like I said, I respect that, just from having a similar background on certain things.
Soulja Boy,
but you know, I think I said everything that I can say about it, and hopefully I summed it up really good. But hey, it is what it is, man.
Let's just chill with all that selective outrage.
Right. That's all it's been selective outrage.
Acting like it's the end of gaming just because he wants to manage an esports thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he wants to do that because he has fucking money. You kind of have to have that shit.
Right.
And to be real, since if we're talking about esports, I'm just done this from the fight game side. Like that team Echo Fox, pretty much everyone off that team is gone. I think the only person left on there maybe Taquito and Sonic Fox. Because even Justin Wong just left the team like 2 days ago.
And EG is pretty much gone too.
I think the only person left in there is Ricky. Yeah, Ricky Ortiz. She might be the only one. You know your boy, what's his name? K-Brad.
Don't talk about that, bro.
There's a certain individual.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna have my sound next time. But yeah, man, I think it's dope that he started an esports team. Like, at least he putting money into it.
That's true, because it is an industry. I just hate the fact that, okay, if I'm hating, I'm hating. I know esports thing is a business, and people are making a living off like this new stream age with YouTube and Twitch. I hate with the esports where it's some people, they don't have a real backup plan just in case they get dropped for some reason or even moved in. It's a few people who got plans, they move about. Like, example, Justin Wong, I know he has a plan because he actually has a business manager. Or at one point I remember was Mark, man, the dude who be doing the tech and stuff. And then he had Ultra David look at all his contracts. But there's some people out there, it's just like, yeah, I didn't, I'm not on the team no more. Can anyone retweet my information or let me know if they look for anyone? And I guess this is what you do when you look for any job. Like if you get let go, like, hey, I was a programmer. Hey, here's my resume, whatever.
Right.
But at the same time, video games are still a hobby.
Right.
Still a hobby, man. That's not going to last forever. You can't retire off that. What are you going to do when you reach a certain point, when you win all these tournaments? What's going to be your next level? Some people have transitioned that into like tournament organizers or commentators or working for actual companies, but then you're going to be a tournament fighter all your life? I mean, to be real, you're going to waste your whole 20s just being a tournament fighter, my opinion, that's a way you wasted the whole 20s. Do something. Get you a backup plan. More importantly, and here's my old fogey education. Hey, educator coming out. Pick up something where you actually contribute into the world other than being an entertainer. Learn how to fix a toilet, HVAC. Work at be a manager somewhere. Just contribute to the world to keep the world moving. Don't just be an entertainer the whole time. Let that be your sad job. But for those of you that is your main job, good luck. But just remember, that's a big risk just to play video games. And everyone don't make the big monies.
No.
So
Very few.
everyone can't be like Sonic Fox.
Right.
I'm pretty sure Sonic Fox did made more than the three of us plus my wife. In 5 years, he probably made that plan 1 year of NetherRealm tournaments. So, but everyone can't be like that. He's the only one.
I hope he buys some stocks in the month.
Everyone can't be PewDiePie.
Hell no. No.
Oh, whatever. That's all I got to say. Ready to wrap?
Man, breathe.
Ready to wrap this thing up? Ooh, my poison going away.
For sure. Let the man breathe. Let people do their thing. Everything don't need no response. Sometimes you don't agree with something, just shut up. You ain't got to say something about everything. Hell, I probably shouldn't even respond to this crap. But sometimes you gotta wait.
Take us home, Rick Chan.
Well, we hope that you enjoyed this inaugural installment of the MOF Funkatron podcast for the year of 2019. We hope to be bringing you more interesting content, gameplay throughs, and things on the scene. We didn't get a chance to do incidents or inspiration. I have a good one, but we're gonna be back with that. I got some more. There is a thing I already said that's very similar to what we do, but that's all well and good. We're gonna bring some stuff straight from the hood. We're gonna do what we gotta do. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna give props to you, give props to us. Even though we had to cuss a little bit, but now we got to get out of here. We done loaded. Shout out to Full Clip. Now we got to go, and you know what the flow. It's the MOF Funkatron podcast. Don't sweat the technique. When it's the Fresh Geeks, you're on the record yours.